Welcome back to the 2021 Personal Injury Attorney Draft.
First up on the board is Jason Williams, who was recently injured in a car accident. Let's go down to the floor.
With the first pick, Jason Williams selects Lee Cohen, 1-800-CALL-LEE.
Wow, no surprises here, Jim. Lee has years of experience, and he runs a 4.240.
Yeah, I guess that makes chasing those ambulances a little easier. Everybody calls Lee.
Jason, you focus on getting better. We'll take care of the rest.
Good morning, Delray Beach. We are here at the fantastic Arts Warehouse. I mean, I'm a little biased. This is where my studio is. It is full of some of the most incredible artists ever, in my opinion.
Every time I come in here, I see something different.
I know. Well, that's what is so cool about this building. There are so many different types of art. There's something for everyone, and there's a constantly rotating exhibition downstairs, or multiple. And so there, every single time you come in the building, you should see something.
I know. When I came in downstairs, I seen all these wires and everything.
Oh, it's so cool.
I didn't know what was going on. So I thought it was under construction. So.
No, you have to wait until it is on, Jamel. It is so cool. I watched when they were setting it up, and I was like, whoa, like, it's just so neat. Well, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Jamel.
I'm so excited to be here this morning with incredible guests talking about this fantastic building and so many fantastic programs that happen around Delray Beach.
Yes, I'm really interested. First, I want to know about those wires and everything.
Oh, it's so cool. You have to check
know about this artwork that's.
Oh, you're going to find out all about them.
I have a lot of questions.
We're going to get a lot of answers, I think, today. And I am so excited to bring on our first guest. We have Alexina Janite and Renee Jadising, who are from the CRA. Alexina is the Community Engagement Director, and Renee is the Executive Director. Two incredible ladies that are making magic happen in Delray Beach.
Come on.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Look how beautiful you guys are. Not only are you smart and fierce, but gorgeous. I love it.
Renee just got back from Paris, so she was just telling us what.
Were you really?
I did. I went to a wedding in Paris. So oh
my gosh.
I'm here.
Oh my God. Well, we appreciate you coming, even though you're jet lagged.
Her helicopter dropped right off.
There's probably like a trap door up here. Just drop her down. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful time. And now you're back at the beach.
I prefer the beach, I have to say. It was lovely, but I couldn't wait to get back to Delray.
Yes.
So I am excited to be here.
You guys have a lot going on. Always have a lot going on.
Always, yes, we do.
And I want to note that a lot of times, a lot of the things you have going on are like things people don't see. So we need to make sure that they're aware of all of the things, because I get to hear about it a little more since I'm in one of your buildings. But a lot of people are like, oh, well, what's the CRA doing? And Jamel, I mean, so many things that people don't realize are these ladies and their team.
Yes. So talk about some of those projects that you guys have going on in the community.
Well, last time we were on the show a couple of months ago, we were at Corey Jones Isle talking about affordable housing, which is, a topic that is on the minds of everybody. It's an important conversation that it's part of our mission. It's what we do. So, we were happy to share what we're doing at Corey Jones Isle. But today, the focus is businesses, because it's not just about affordable homes. It's about affordable businesses too. People need places to work, which is partially what the purpose of the Arts Warehouse. So this space was built as an incubator for artists. So it's the present company included. We're in one of the studios now, but it's affordable office space to encourage the arts. Because in Delray Beach, it's a thriving art community, right on the cusp of Pineapple Grove. So this was the purpose of having this building here. But there's other types of businesses too that we try to encourage. So we have a ton of business programs for grants and assistance with build-outs that people hear about snippets here and there, but we wanted to come today to kind of give a run through of the business program. So Alexina runs the programs for us, so I'll turn it over to her to kind of give a little bit of information about the programs.
Of course. Just like Renee said, we have a range of business programs available, business funding programs available to all types of businesses within the CRA district. Now, depending on where you are in the district, some programs are a better fit for you, but our most popular one I'd like to highlight first is our Site Development Assistance program, and that one pays for a range of improvements. So if you're looking to upgrade your space, you're looking to make like a big renovation to your space, that would be the best fit for you. I'd recommend going to our website to check out all the guidelines, but that one covers a range of improvements. We also have one for if you're kind of in the startup phase and you're not quite sure what you want to do, we have a project consultancy and design services program that pays for your consultation with an architect. So you sit with an architect and you kind of conceptualize what I want to do with this space, what can I do with this space, what's allowed by the city. So we pay for those hours with an architect to kind of figure out what you want to do. So those are just some.
So if I'm a small business owner, say I don't have a brick and mortar building, you know, I just probably doing something. I may do hair, I may do lashes, you know, something.
Well, I
like
need
that. But so just say the support, like what type of support are you guys providing to those you know, those people that are working
The
from home?
non-brick and mortar.
Yeah, the non-brick and mortar businesses.
So our funding programs are for people that are looking to make it to the next step to
Okay.
open an actual space.
Okay.
But we do have a program that we fund called the Small Business Development Center that helps businesses like that kind of grow if they want to expand. We would recommend them going to the Small Business Development
that.
Center.
And that's
to help
huge,
us.
Jamel. I mean, and Jackie with the Small Business Development Center, I've worked with her and I've sent a lot of people to her because she can help you get your licenses set up. She can help you make sure you're paying all the bills you need to pay to be a proper functioning business,
great.
which is huge. And I think to Alexina's point, they have something kind of, depending on where you are in your business phase. So like, I'm gonna jump in and talk about myself for a second, but I'm opening a store, for those of you that don't know, in Pineapple Grove. So obviously, it is very expensive in Delray Beach right now to own a business or a home. So we were like, well, what do we do? There's some improvements that we really need to do. It's a little outside of our budget. Like, how do we make this happen? Like, trying to get impact windows so that the building can be protected in case of storms, some things like that. So we went to the CRA's website, and I have to say, it is a very easy process to be able to understand what to do. Alexina holds your hand and makes sure that you have all of the checkpoints that you need in order for it to be presented. So for people who might be like, oh, I don't know what to do, how do I do this? You're not alone, because I didn't know how to do this, because this is a new venture for me too. So it's really cool that you have these resources and these experts that can help you walk through the process.
That's good to know, because we find a lot of people with the skill set
Right.
and the talent, but they don't have
They don't
that
know
business
how to
background.
do that,
Yeah,
right?
yes,
So
yes.
these are some different opportunities. And I like too, Alexina, that now you've implemented a couple new ones because of COVID as a response, that you have a couple other programs that you've added for existing businesses that just maybe need a little bit of help. Do you want to talk about some of those things that you have?
I think you're referring to the COVID-19.
I sure am.
Let's keep it
Let's keep it
It's
clean.
important.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely. So when businesses were starting to reopen, so our staff, Renee, pretty much, everybody, thought it was a good idea to kind of think about how can we help our businesses safely reopen. So the COVID-19 Let's Keep It Clean grant was rolled out, and that helps businesses make certain improvements to the space. For example, making their checkout stations touchless if they want to switch out their faucets or washing stations to touchless. This grant helps pay for those types of improvements.
And that definitely helps the whole town, not just those businesses be able to function like some of the others do, but it helps the town stay safe. If you're going to an establishment, now you have a little bit more of sanity that you can go in and feel safe and not worry about your interactions with everybody, which I think is huge. And I think it's important to note how they're moving quickly. When they're seeing a need in the community, you're finding a way to solve the problem, which is, not everybody does that in life.
You know a lot about
I know, I think it's one of those things where I really feel like in life, when credit is due, you gotta give credit. And they are working so hard behind the scenes, and I've seen it now in 2 different ways from 2 different programs they have in town. And I think people need to take advantage of these programs that you're building out.
We have the money. We want to spend the money. You know, that's the big thing. Let's help us spend the money.
That's the community to take advantage of
Exactly,
what's available.
exactly. And it's not unattainable. You know, that was so excited to hear you say that, because I have heard feedback that, oh, it's difficult, oh, this and that. But we want to get the message across that we're here to help. I mean, between Alexina, our whole staff, I encourage, if there's one person in need, we all need to come and jump to their attention. I think that's a life lesson that I live by, and I try to instill that in everyone that works with us, that you have to help, and this is our way to help. So help us spend the money, please.
You know that's you hear that? They need to
So take your business to the next level, guys.
Yes. And even if you're thinking about starting a business and you don't know where to go, but between the CRA and also the Delray Beach Chamber, oh man,
You have everything you need.
And actually, Jackie's at the chamber. So a couple of years back, we, worked with the chamber to have Jackie have an office there. So the resources are available to any business, but it just kind of fit well to have a business resource at the chamber in Delray Beach. So
So much.
yeah, it's all right here.
But aside from that, right now, you guys are still doing a lot of other things in the community. So under your umbrella, like right now, I ride down, I see streets being torn up. I see,
Improve, not
I take that back. Listen.
You're in a different phase. It's a different phases.
So, but a lot of people right now, they feel that is an inconvenience to them. But these is one of those things where, the further you pull that rubber band back, and when you let it go, you're going to catapult. So don't get me on my analogy.
That was fine.
But some people feel that it is an inconvenience because they can't get to their driveways, they can't turn down their street, but it's only temporary.
Yes.
It is. It is temporary. Right now, there's a major infrastructure improvement project going on in Osceola Park. That represents about a $9 million investment from the CRA. Also on the south side, there is about a $6 million project going on there. And I know that it has been dust and there's been, inconveniences. People cut through neighborhoods. Some people actually like it because they didn't want cut throughs in their neighborhoods. So, it depends on which side you look at it. But that's a significant project, and it's only the beginning. There's a large project going to be starting in the Northwest neighborhood in the coming years, but it's going to be a complete neighborhood overhaul. And then also the Southwest, the rest of the neighborhood that didn't get touched the first time around, they're going to get that overhaul. So as long as we stay on track and with our plans, a lot of improvements are happening around us.
I really like it, just watching watching the community and watching the money being spent all over the CRA district.
And then when you drive through the smooth streets, and you're
Yes,
like, woo!
Growing up here was a lot of
forget all
bumpy roads
about
growing up in here. I really like what you guys are doing. You guys are doing so much. You got a huge umbrella of different projects.
Yep.
Yes.
How many people do you have on your team, and what are those different things up under your umbrella that you guys are doing?
Well, we have 14, believe it or not. All the work
Sound
that
like
we
you
do.
guys have
14 mighty
14,
team
yes,
members.
we're 14
Yeah.
strong. We work very closely with the city. We fund a lot of programs at the city. Actually, the Clean and Safe program is entirely funded by the CRA, and there's other positions throughout the city that are funded with the CRA because we are an agency of the city. So we're here to help that investment and help areas that need help, in areas that weren't seeing investment before. Now it's getting the dedicated funds to that neighborhood.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's great. It's
And
wonderful.
I also want everyone to note those cute little golf carts that drive around. You want to talk about those? I love them. I tell everybody to ride them. But I'll let you guys tell a little bit about what those are, because I think that's a great service that you have in town that's free, so people can get from one point to another.
Yes, so the freebie service is something that's funded by the CRA. It's the city's transportation service. There was a need for a more, less gas and, getting more efficient vehicles, and that's where the freebies came about. So those are free. There's 6 of them riding around town. They'll take you in our district to and from the downtown area, and that's to get that investment and that attention into the downtown core. What's also interesting to note is it also goes up and down Fifth Avenue on the west. Yes, on the West Atlantic area. It takes you up and down Fifth Avenue because that is the business core. And we actually do have 2 projects going on in that Fifth Avenue core. 98 Northwest Fifth Avenue. Was a residential building that we're converting to office. So it'll be a 2-story building, yes. And that one is going to go into construction hopefully soon. We're signing a contract to that very soon. And that's going to be a complete renovation. The second story of that is going to be a co-work shared space, kind of like a remote office location.
And it's the building that's right by the Housing Authority,
Exactly,
across from Masonic Lodge.
Okay.
Correct. So that second story, it's kind of going to be one of those places where people who don't have an office, they can be able to use
That's
that address
great.
right there in the community, walkable to the
Wow.
neighborhood. The first floor is going to be retail office. We haven't quite figured out the tenants yet, so stay tuned, because there'll be opportunities for people who want that brick and mortar
Yeah.
to work with us.
And where can they keep watching for more information? Because I know there's people out there that are like, a new office space,
Yes.
co-working, this is great. Especially after being at home for a year, people want to get out.
Yes.
So where can they find more information about all of your programs and everything that you are doing with the CRA?
Well, definitely follow us on Facebook, so Delray Community Redevelopment Agency. It's long, but it'll come right up when you type it in. Also, delraycra.org, our website. You can sign up to receive our newsletter, and we really do pump out information. And that for that building, we're trying to really encourage people from the neighborhood, residents that live in the area, in Delray, to have that opportunity to rent the space there.
And walk to work.
And exactly. And there's a second building, if that one
Or
doesn't
catch a
quite
freebie.
work out. Yeah, or the
You catch
freebie,
the
right?
freebie, that's right. You know, I love that freebie.
Yes.
So a second building.
There's a second building, so 95 Southwest Fifth Avenue. So
Wow.
travel over.
We're giving people on the south side
Yeah,
some
south
love
side,
too, baby.
exactly.
Yeah, south side. Something to do.
So you could go, you go to
Is that
Caesars
the
first.
official handbook?
I didn't know.
I don't know. People are going to try to do that. I know that was tricky.
So first you stop at Caesars, which is also one of our grantees. You can get some
Yes.
barbecue and then
Oh,
go
it's
to your office
delicious.
location. Keep traveling south, and then it's right now a vacant corner, but that's also going to be a 2-story office building
Wow.
for affordable office space. We haven't crafted the program yet. That one's still in design, waiting for the city approvals. But once it gets going through, we will start looking for tenants.
How
And for us to
exciting.
rent the space out so we can control the rents and hopefully
Amazing.
encourage businesses, kind of like the Arts Warehouse.
Yes.
I kind of think it's a sense like that.
Yeah, which is huge.
So I have to tell you guys this. Listen, if it wasn't for the CRA, Delray Beach wouldn't be what it is today. It wouldn't at all.
Accurate statement.
I mean,
Very
when you look
accurate.
at your downtown, you look at everything, all of the recognition that we get nationally or internationally. If it wasn't for the CRA, we wouldn't
Yeah,
be Delray
no.
Beach at all. You know, so we want to thank you guys for
Thank
everything
you.
that you're doing.
Thank you guys. You are wonderful.
So if you're a business owner and you have a small business and you need help, you need to reach out to the CRA.
Absolutely.
You need to reach out to them, get some guidance. Don't try to do it on your own. Everybody needs
No,
help.
you will
So,
lose money instead
don't
of
be too
getting
prideful.
money.
Make that money. This is the bait. They try to get out money. They try to steal money.
Thank you for all that you do, ladies.
you,
We are
guys.
so grateful for you, and on behalf of the whole town of Delray Beach,
Yes.
we're gonna thank you because
Thank you.
really,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you to the chamber. Thank you for having
Yes,
us today.
absolutely.
Thank you.
I just think it's so incredible just the reach that the CRA has and how many lives they're changing every single day, from small business owners to the whole community.
Well, you know, it's great that you said they're doing a lot of things behind the scenes.
Yes.
Because when you look at these businesses and you walk
Yep.
in and you see all these touchless things,
Yep.
I didn't know the CRA was providing those
Yes.
services. And I think there's a lot
Yeah.
of people out there that really don't know
No.
what the CRA is doing. They probably
Right.
think that they're just sitting on their hands doing nothing.
Nope, they're doing a lot.
They're doing a
they have
lot.
their hands in everything.
They do. And I really appreciate it.
Including the Arts Warehouse. And so we are in an incredible space today for its Visual Adjectives Studio. And they are a publication company of authors, cultural curators, educators, artisans, and artists. I'm excited. I mean,
Oh, your tongue's so
I
smooth.
once again get to meet them and see them every day and all of their magic, but we want you to meet them. So first we have Grace Gdanek, the Arts Warehouse manager, Michelle Lawrence from Visual Adjectives, and Edward Stinton from Visual Adjectives.
Come on
Welcome!
Hello.
Thank you for sharing your beautiful space and your work with us today.
Absolutely a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I love walking by here because my studio's at the end of this hall, so I get to walk by every day when I come and go, and it's just amazing, the artwork in here.
why,
Like,
thank
the details are insane.
My
Like,
heart.
and now seeing it up close, I'm like, what on earth? I mean,
Oh, my
you guys are phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It definitely is a pleasure to create art and have people like it. You know?
Of course.
Yeah.
And of course, we've had Grace on before, and Grace is responsible for bringing in cool artists, bringing in cool exhibitions, and keeping this incredible building running. So we're so excited to have you guys. So Grace, do you want to start by talking a little bit about just the building in general, and
Sure.
then we'll talk more about Visual Adjectives and their
Yeah.
role in the building.
Well, welcome back. Excuse me. And Arts Warehouse is an arts incubator. We also host gallery exhibitions. And so one of our main goals here that they were mentioning before is the studio program. We have 15 studios here on site, and we actually just closed our exhibition applications. So we're going to hopefully be welcoming in some new artists come October-ish to finally fill up those couple last vacant studios. So it should be a full house here.
How many new spaces are you filling?
I think we'll have 5.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
So
exciting.
like some 5 new artists or creative businesses coming into the
Yeah.
space. So that should be really.
I have a question. What's
Yeah.
happening with the kitchen downstairs? I heard Renee was supposed to be cooking. Do you have a kitchen or a commercial?
That's Renee's next program. Renee cooks for you.
Yeah. I know there should be a full breakfast here this morning.
I know. right?
Jamel thinks so too. We're like every week. We're like, "Where's the food?"
I just had to put that plug in because we didn't mention food
We didn't
all
mention
morning.
food at all. We were
Yeah.
good today. Stephanie's gonna kick us both.
That's not the first time you've mentioned that about our kitchen. I've heard
Well, you
too.
do have a beautiful kitchen though, which
Yeah.
is one of the things that are so cool about this building for all of us who are residents here. There's a beautiful kitchen. There is bathrooms for anybody who comes to visit you. There is, a back little area with plants. So this building really is a spot that you can come to work, you can hang out and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that, we're open to the public, but you as the residents here are able to bring in your clients, your guests, your visitors, those people that are going to be investing in your work, investing in your projects. So you have that access. And we're right in like the heart of Pineapple Grove. So, it's a great location. I'm speaking for the artist, but I think it's a great location.
It is. It's a wonderful spot.
Absolutely.
To welcome in those clients, yeah.
But I do have a question that may be, so visual adjectives. How did the name come about? Like, what's the inspiration
curious
behind
this
it?
Yeah.
So the word visual adjectives represents any literary or artistic endeavor or means to describe the concepts in your mind. That's a lot, but foundationally it's about your action towards those concepts. So I draw. I have a bunch of concepts in my mind. It's impossible for you to know what's in my head unless I draw it, unless I
Right.
show a visual adjective of what is in my mind.
I love
Okay.
that.
Right? Oh, thank you.
So visual adjectives,
Thank you. We try.
That's great.
and so visual adjectives is a publishing and production company.
Okay.
So we're technically curators of intellectual properties.
Okay. So, like, if someone has an idea for a book they want to write, they
Absolutely.
can come to you
Yes.
and you can help them through the process
Yes.
and. Oh, so
Yeah.
all of the aspiring authors and illustrators and writers out there,
Exactly.
here is a home for you to create your magic with the help of clearly very talented people.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So what kind of genre do you love to work in the most? I know everybody has their favorite, and you might want doing all of it, but like, what is your favorite? If you could do one thing every day, what would it be?
Shamelessly, it's fantasy.
Okay,
As you look
no.
around the room, you'll see
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
love it.
knights and castles and everything of the
Yeah.
sort. My favorite trope, however, is heroes, and so
Okay.
that exists in fantasy, sci-fi,
Yeah.
adventure stories. But I just love the fighting against forces larger than us that
Yeah.
fantasy always provides.
Oh, I like
dope.
that. And you would say
Mine
the
is
same?
fantasy as well. However, I'm really more into magic. So
Okay.
That's, yes.
She's more than, I can do stick figures.
I'm just saying I could teach you some really awesome
So
stick
he can
figures.
come with his
when you know.
ideas for you guys, right?
So I bring my
he can
ideas.
Come here,
I bring my
and you
ideas
can bring
and
them
put
to
them on.
life. See, Jamel, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter that you can't draw. You have great ideas in your head, and they can help you bring it to life, so everybody
it.
else can enjoy it too. I think that's
Exactly.
pretty cool.
I like this.
I think that's pretty
Make
cool.
me feel better.
Yeah,
I think that's
let's
pretty
make
cool.
them feel
So I
better.
think you have a new client. So I would like to talk a little bit about how you came to the Arts Warehouse. How did you hear about the Arts Warehouse? What brought you here?
Well, we were actually looking for a location for our
Okay.
business. And we found the 2 cottages that were available for lease, and I inquired about them, and I found out they were through the CRA. We put in our proposal for the bid and ended up doing a presentation.
Now, we didn't
Yeah.
technically win the presentation, but because they were so interested in what our company was doing, how we presented ourselves, they
Yeah.
offered us a space here, which
Which
we
makes
are
sense.
eternally
Yes.
grateful
Because you're
for.
artists,
Yes,
so you're in
absolutely.
this great space,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's just how exciting. And this is what I think, going back to our previous conversation, one of the many things that can happen when you talk to the CRA.
Yeah.
So that one didn't necessarily work out, but
We're
they found
here.
another home for
Oh, yeah.
you,
And
which
this
is huge.
This is perfect.
This is
Absolutely.
like really unique, so I'm really intrigued right now.
Excellent. Thank you.
Well, we want to learn a little bit more about what you do and how people could come and support your business. So what else would you like people to know?
So we are a hybrid publishing company.
Right.
A lot of people may not know what hybrid publishing means, but as a hybrid publishing company, it means we have an author subsidized business model. That means we can offer more than industry standard share of sales back to the client. So it's a combination of many classic ways of publishing. It's traditional, vanity, and self-publishing combined into one. So whether you're trying to throw money at us as a vanity publisher and just want us to publish your book, or if you're like, hey, I'm not totally sure what I should do with my book, can you help us? Then we can invest in it. Or if you're a self-publisher, I don't need anyone's help, but can you just edit my book really quick? You know, so we can at least consult with them as well and do different things as well.
And also, we're members of the IBPA, which is the Independent Book Publishers Association.
Oh, okay.
So they actually came up with a, I want to say a criteria for hybrid publishers. And hybrid publishing has been around only a few years. However, we've been doing it since 2010, and a lot of other independent publishers have as well. So the criteria had to be created.
Right.
And so when they did create it, we kind of followed the standard for them. So we're,
which was pretty awesome. So we already followed the
So
standard.
tell me this, like,
before it was made.
what are some of your big projects? So what are some of your babies that you look back on and like, oh man, I'm really proud of
So in doing visual adjectives, because, well, with visual adjectives, it's now an umbrella company. And within it, we've also created a magazine, Carpe Nocturne, which celebrates people who are other than the norm. Fantasy, sci-fi, steampunk, and goth cultures. We've created an anthology series, which is a collection of short stories from different authors. So each book has about a dozen different authors. We have like 4 different books, each with 3 variant covers. We also have created a herbs and organic company called Serenity Soul, which also sells like just super nice bath bombs. They have these loofah soaps that have loofahs in the soap. It's amazing.
I need some of those for my store, I think. We gotta talk. That sounds nice.
So it's a lot of it's cool directions of creativity. We've also worked at the Renaissance Fair for the last decade,
So fun.
teaching just about history. We also have gone to the Miami International Book Fair, where we set up our 2 tents that are 10 by 10, and we showcase all of our books, showcase the art as well. So we've had a lot of projects around Palm Beach and around Florida, basically, being a publishing company and being actors, being teachers.
So you let people know that you're not new at this.
Oh, no,
They're just new to the building, not to the business.
They're not new at it, but they're
we
true to
invite
it.
people to come in. So we invite other authors, we invite other, publishing companies who need help, and they do want to work with us as well. So we
great.
We reach
I
out.
learn something all the time.
I know. I love this.
We try.
Well, I obviously knew a little of what you did, but even being your neighbor, I didn't realize how much is going on here. And that's really fantastic. And I love that you are not only working on your incredible art and your passion projects, but helping other people be able to create the art that they feel inside of them that maybe they don't know how to get out or where to go. I mean, because publishing is intimidating to a lot of people. Even myself, when I did a book, I was very intimidated. I'm not intimidated by much. And I was like, what do I do now? So if I had known you and I could have come here and had it all, and had my hand held through the process, it makes it a lot easier. So if you have ideas out there, you need to get in touch with these guys because they might be able to help you make your dreams come true.
Yeah, see, I'm very artistic in my head, but it never somehow gets down to my hand.
Well, that's okay. You write it down, and then they can help you, Jamel. I'm into this for you.
Conveniently, we also actually are going to be teaching art and writing workshops and also
There you
an author's
go.
critique class group. So we, like literally, I'll be the art teacher and also like both of us will be the writing teacher. So we, yes, we want people to know that you all have the opportunity to either learn how to better showcase your art or better showcase your writing.
Yeah.
I was not blessed with talent, okay? I picked up a pencil and chose to not stop drawing.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So it's not,
Yes.
not a blessing.
So my goal is to have an exhibit down here in a year. And you're
Okay, Grace. All right, Grace. Pressure. You put pressure. And then, Jamel, you better make sure it's worthy to be in the building. Don't miss your new teacher.
Well, you're supposed to teach me how to sew some tutus together and do some
I will
other
teach
stuff.
you how to sew a tutu. He's going to have a full-service creative business by the end of the year. So if people want to take these classes, because this sounds amazing,
Absolutely.
where are they going to be held here?
Yes, we're going to hold them here at the Arts Warehouse.
Great.
So if it's a tiny, adorable class, it may literally be like right here.
Yeah.
Especially for like the writing class,
Yep.
they'll need a lot of space to do it. But as the art workshop maybe builds and musters more members, we may then utilize classrooms down yonder or the conference room or eventually the entire convention of it.
So many beautiful spaces to use.
Did you hear what he said? Down yonder.
The Ren Fair gets me sometimes.
It does,
okay?
and I always love it because I know when he's in here because his voice echoes, and we're all like, "Oh, his voice is so good." Every time when we hear him in the building. Yeah, exactly. He has such a commanding voice.
Oh, I have my moments, you know.
See? I mean, seriously, we'll hear his voice and we're like, wow, like, it's just like, I don't know, it feels like you're watching like some fantastic Broadway show or something every time that you hear him talking. So is there anything else that people need to know? And of course, where do they find you? They need to come to you and get your help.
Absolutely, please. I mean, of course, we're here at Arts Warehouse, but you can find us on Facebook. We have an Instagram for our magazine and for the Renaissance Fair group and for my own art at Ethicus Art, ETHICUSART. But you can also check us out literally like all through social media.
And our website.
And our website.
VisualAdjectives.com.
Here.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you. And Grace, so I'm going to come back to you for a second because you have a new exhibition. Jamel didn't get to see it when he walked in.
I know.
What's going on? So we can tell people so they can come and see it.
Right, it is a little weird when you walk in when it's not on. It just looks like a bunch of cords on the ground, but we're actually featuring an artist named Eddie Lohmeyer. He's a professor at the University of Central Florida. He just installed this exhibition called Post Meta, and it's all video installation, and a lot of the wires on the ground are actually part of the vignette. So it's all purposeful. We're not just, throwing things on the ground, but I recorded some video with him, so I'm going to be releasing an artist talk soon, but super interesting and definitely different than anything we've shown here before. So I'm really excited for people to walk in and it's a dark space, so it'll kind of be like an immersive experience as soon as you walk in the door.
Very cool.
But the studios are still open. There's still artwork in the back room. The Boys, Tyler Levitetz's Boys installation is still here for the end of the week. And so I'm really excited about the show. I think it's gonna be great. And Art Walk is a great time to come check it out, which is September 3rd from 6 to 9.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having us. Thank you for welcoming us into your amazing space and sharing your story. So guys, make sure you check out the Arts Warehouse, Visual Adjectives, the CRA, 3 incredible groups of people that you need to get to know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right? This is really nice. And I'm really excited for all the people out there who want to create their stories and their dreams, and it can make it happen right here.
I've never really heard of a company that really.
That's so cool.
Right here in Delray Beach. So.
All right. Well, as always, there are a ton of events happening in Delray Beach, and we're going to give you some of them. And don't worry, there will be more next week as well. So, first and foremost, Wednesday, October 25th at 6 p.m. is the YPAD Happy Hour. It's with Forever Young Anti-Aging Solutions, 1 complimentary drink, limited tickets, $10 registration fee at delraybeach.com/events, and they're raffling off 5 items, including skincare, IV therapy, and more. And registering gets 1 entry, and if you bring your business card, you can get another. Those are some pretty great prizes, guys. Then we have the Focus on Women. It's an oasis of the senses. That sounds nice. Deluxe pop-up shop. Thursday, September 23rd, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce. And join them for a night of luxury and shopping. It's an event of the senses that you do not want to miss. There will be light bites, wine, spa treatments, pop-up vendors, giveaways, health and beauty consultations. For members, it's $40. Future members, $50, and register at delraybeach.com/events. And the first 100 people who come get a swag bag. So not only do you get to have all that fun, but you get a prize too. And some vendors include Bella Reina Spa, One Hope Wine, and there will be mini massages and consults from the Conde Center. That sounds like a pretty nice night.
Wine and massages, you can't beat that.
I know, right? For what was it, $40?
$40?
I mean, that's a pretty good deal. A massage alone's usually like $140, so you're getting a good value.
Yes.
This was such a great show.
It was, and before we actually leave, I want to pay my respect to Mr. Ron Galinsky.
Oh, right, absolutely.
Ron was probably, everybody in Delray would know him.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably did more volunteer hours than anybody, volunteer with probably every nonprofit.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the few people that come to a lot of our shows, just come and watch. He's a big supporter of everybody.
Yeah.
So he even take his time out to come and watch my son youth football games, and everything. So Ron was a great guy, so I just want to say rest in peace, man. We love you.
Absolutely.
Sad to see you go. So
yeah.
You made an impact on a lot of us.
So many people.
A lot of people.
On the whole town.
Yes, on the whole town. On the whole town.
Yeah. You're gonna make me cry. But yeah, and I think that was such a beautiful thing, and we are sending our prayers to everybody who needs some extra love at this particular moment.
Yes, yes, yes. And with that being said, I want you to have a Delray day, baby. We love you. Peace.
Well, I called Lee.
Oh, hey Siri, call Lee.
Who called Lee? We called Lee.
Oh, you called Lee.
Well, I called Lee.
I got Jen.
I called Lee too.
I called Lee, of course.
So yeah, I called Lee.
Injured in an accident or slip and fall? Call 1-800-CALL-LEE. You focus on getting better. We'll take care of the rest.
Everybody calls Lee at 1-800-CALL-LEE.
I know, Dad. You called Lee.